everybody, Jason Burmis here. And if you thought that I took off yesterday because you're just watching on YouTube, you would be severely incorrect. In fact, I did 2 interviews with 3 separate people about 2 different events that we're going to talk about right now because, quite frankly, I was not able to really play large sections of our discussions, no matter how truthful they were, on this platform. And when I went, I brought both of them in, and I was going to bring my Cara Castronova interview in, and she's got an event going on in New York City this Sunday, beginning, I believe, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And I was going to match that up with Jeff Shipley, Iowa representative, and Sonia Swan, activist, over in Des Moines. They have an event tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time, but is Worldwide Rally for Freedom, and there may be an event locally to you that you can go to too. But every time I'd get a couple minutes in, a good point was about to be made, and then there was something that may get me banned on YouTube. So what I thought I was going to do is encourage people, number one, if you are in the Iowa area, to stand up, let your voice be heard tomorrow at 10 a.m. and stand behind these Trinity health workers. There's a Trinity literally less than a mile up the road from where I live in Iowa in the Quad Cities, and them now mandating that all of their personnel take the boops or get fired. And this is the essence of medical martial law. This is the essence of tyranny. This is an evisceration not only of HIPAA, if you will, right? You could say Nuremberg Code. A lot of people like talking about that. But really, when it gets down to the America aspect of this, right? It is your Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your persons and properties. So, we're going to continually be talking about those 2 events. I'm going to show you the powerhouse lineup over in New York City. So many of the people that we've covered over the last 18 months who are standing up against unconstitutional lockdowns, unscientific, authoritarian dictates, they are going to be there as well. Now, I would encourage you to at least go make a free account. You can now watch all this stuff without even making a free account. And we're actually going to go to Rockfin for some questions. We also got our first annual subscriber over there. So listen, for $99.99, you can endorse this channel. You get all the premium content for a year. But as you notice, the vast majority of this stuff is not premium. I give away most. Although yesterday I did a interview with the Unfit Statesman, and I may make that a Rockfin only premium exclusive once he releases it into the wild on his end. Obviously, you get different video feeds. Just this week alone, 2-hour Rockfin exclusive, Union of the Unwanted, if you haven't caught that. The Cara Castronova interview is powerful, as well as Jeff Shipley and Sonia Swan in Iowa. Shout out to Jeff Shipley. He actually mentioned watching Fabled Enemies, one of my documentary films that you can see for free right here, right now in the playlist section, helping to open his eyes. And, that's a film now that will have its 13th, I believe, anniversary. We released it on the 7th anniversary of 9/11, obviously on 9/11. And in that, Joe Biden, when he can still speak, when he's still Joey B., admits to the Pakistani funding of lead hijacker Muhammad Atta just before the attacks, and that Pakistani financial involvement with both the hijackers and the Taliban is indeed classified. Something the mainstream media seems to never want to touch on for some reason. I do want you to thumbs it up, subscribe, and share if you are in YouTube world. Get your questions and comments in now. And remember, Odyssey has backed up my YouTube channel because we've been kicked off twice now. We've twice had our channel taken. I know that Sean Atwood recently got his channel taken, and I think that's absolutely abhorrent. It's ridiculous. Atwood, as far as I know, has really stuck to the Epstein story and stories like it, mostly about sexual abuse. I don't think that he's done any COVID-19 84 coverage. And I know that if you guys follow me on Twitter, it may feel like I was throwing a shot at Shawn Attwood. The problem is that there's only 144 characters, and I didn't want to make it into a thread. But I pointed out that Attwood tried to have me on the program probably maybe even 2 years ago. I want to say that it was actually before the Maria Farmer interview that I conducted, the last interview of its kind with Maria Farmer. And he saw that I don't even know if I was fully demonetized at that point, but basically all of my videos were being demonetized. And I never spoke directly with Shawn. There was some assistant, but they canceled me. They uninvited me on the show because they were worried about it hurting their ability. I don't even know if it was to stay on the air. I think it was to monetize content. And all I can say to that is, look, man, we can all hang together or we're going to hang separately. And I've never decided not to have somebody on my show because I thought that they were going to, get me thrown off, or it was going to hurt my money or something like that. I see a lot of accusations now that I just had Alex Jones on. But what I've been able to do is when I know that YouTube's going to have a problem with it, like the two, listen, I love everybody I interviewed yesterday. Kara, she's great. Shipley, great. Swan, great. Okay? It's unfortunate that now discussions have to be looked at in this light where they can just pull the plug on you digitally from your entire audience. I've had this channel for 14 plus years. And again, I'm not trying to speak to the choir. It's great we're on the road to 30,000 over on Rokfin. You guys are making that happen. In fact, if we work hard today, we get 28,000 people following me. Great. And I'm trying to move more and more people over there. And if you saw, Alex Jones has said that he will come over to Rokfin. I'm going to do my best to make that happen. Why? Because I want more eyes on independent media, okay, whether it's Infowars.com or it's Richard Methurst, all right? Or maybe it is Shawn Attwood. Shawn, come on over to Rokfin, bro. I'll have you on the program. I'll tell you what, after this, I'm going to try to go to my emails and reach out and see if Shawn would like to come on the show. He's got an open invitation. There's no reason I would not have him on my show, by the way. So, again, I think that we all have to stick together more and more. You saw that Ryan Christian recently had his PayPal taken, right? And these things are unacceptable to me. They're different, varying levels of censorship. And that's another reason why, before we get going into your questions and comments, okay, and like I said, thumbs it up. That'll bring some more people in here. The Free Political Prisoners now over at Foley Square in Manhattan. And Kara is a leader, man. She is putting these things together. She's putting together marches with the MAGA crowd and BLM together. She talked about, and it was so correct and so powerful and poignant to me that she now gets it, at the end of our conversation, that this is the new civil rights movement. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter if you're on social services, you're middle class, you're upper middle class, you're even, nuevo rich. You got 5 or 10 million in the bank. The people at the top look at you the same way. They look at you the same way. All right? A predator class licking their chops to take advantage of the general populace and those that can provide resources for themselves and their families. So, Max, Public House bar owner, is going to be there. John Tobacco, who was his lawyer. We've played many a clip there where, and he fought New York City. Now, remember, the New York City cops were on his side. They had to bring in the sheriff's department that are basically bill collectors. Not like the elected, sheriff of my county. No, the bill collectors to arrest that man. Ian Smith, I'm sure you saw him all over, the gym owner that fought back again and again and again and again and again. And then so many others. You see the list behind me. This is a place to go. Citizens Against Political Persecution. Okay? That, Cap, please go check this out if you can. So, with that being said, get your questions and comments in there. Let's begin with some YouTube comments right here, and then we will actually go over to some Rokfin comments. But before that, let's read some of the the tips, because you can skip the line if you are watching on Rockfin, and you can still tip there. We're fully demonetized on YouTube, of course, because we've been deemed harmful content for discussing controversial issues. And first off, I do want to say to the new subscribers out there, we got a couple of them yesterday, which is awesome. Annie Behrens, Andy Armour, Stephen Oakes, thank you guys so much. I guarantee you're going to love the premium content over on Rockfin. Please go watch my premium appearances on the Conspiracy Social Club with Brian Callen and Sam Tripoli, where we really break down 9/11 with a skeptic. I think it's very important to check that. And then the first ever yearly subscriber I've gotten is Corey Pastor. So he saved himself $20. He invested in Rockfin for a year. And Corey, I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that we can give you some great content and really roll through it. And like I said, a lot of exclusive content yesterday. Those interviews are important. We need you guys to continue to move. Now, let's see some of these tips here. We know we got those as well. Let's see. Carrie Richardson says, thank you for bringing truth about the suffering of good people. Well, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. And then Lori Lamb says, good help is very hard to find right now, so threatening to walk off the job is a very powerful negotiating tool. Good stuff, guys. Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, what I don't think people are getting is that, yes, they are flooding the economy with money. Yes, they are making it more difficult for people to find people that want to work because they're giving it. They're doing that on purpose because they're trying to soften you up for a UBI and the coming automation. And on top of that, when we get into, they want to get rid of the good, independent thinking people in healthcare. They want automatons and robots to administer their medical martial law hell on you for the rest of time, right? Moving forward. And actually, I played a lot of that Dennis Bushnell clip. All the highlights I wanted to play with Alex Jones, I played on the Unfit Statesman. So again, hopefully we'll be putting that out there shortly. I will always wait for him to put his version out first, because obviously I want him to be able to have an impact there. And I like the Unfit Statesman. He's funny. You know, I may not agree with, probably don't agree with everything the guy says. He's actually pretty articulate. So shout out to him. That was a fun interview yesterday. Let's start rolling through it. And remember, Des Moines, Iowa, tomorrow, 10 a.m., Sunday, 1 p.m., New York, Foley Square, okay? Alex Jones going to join Rockfin in 2 weeks. We can only hope. Why is Alex so scared of Brian Stelter? I think that's a joke, right? Good evening, Kevin. How are you? Hey, Jason, are you still working on a documentary? I am not. It's funny because I actually had a private conversation yesterday with Pasta from the Convo Couch, and boy, he was saying, dude, you need to do a documentary on this 2020 election and the audits and the whole thing. And, it's a lot of work. It would be a lot of work. Right now, I am working on getting this building. I'm working on making an LLC. Documentaries are tough. I'm looking forward to COVID Land, a 6-part series from Paul Wittenberger. He's done exceptional work in the past, and I really truly believe that this is going to be the best work that he's ever done. Why is this auto-scrolling? What is going on there? It's never done that, but I guess that this is a new. Is that a new thing? Yuck, YouTube, yuck. Ziocorp boy toy Macron has a new issue to show the real face of what he represents. French hospital goes on indefinite strike to protest COVID-19. And listen, these mandates are insane. Let's see. We got something that says, that's right kind of star. Oh, why did it go to the top chat? Garbage. Hate when that happens. Top chat is just stupid. They won't ever discuss natural antibodies from the previous COVID infections being enough. This is not science. No, they speak out against it, actually. Man, I really hate the fact that this thing is just scrolling on its own. But, what are you going to do, I guess? Let's see. Hi from Nottingham, England. Boris Johnson is a... would I get cyberbullying for that if I did that? Oh, no. Let's go over to the Rockfin and see what we got there. Let's take away the auto scroll. What's going on? What happened just there? What is going on? What in the world? Oh, I probably hit the wrong button, didn't I? Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. Hold on. No, I want that. What is going on here? Are you kidding me? Boom. Did it just go out? Now you see in behind the scenes right here. I don't even know what happened there. Really? I'm going to try to fix it live time, guys. I'm going to try to fix it in live frickin' time, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. Keep getting your questions and comments in there. And remember, there's a lot of premium stuff over at the Rokfin you're not going to be able to see anywhere else. So let's see what's wrong here. The device, that was so bizarre. So bizarre that even happened. Let's see, that's off. We want both of those on. Okay, let's just start going down the line. Okay, so there it is right there. We fixed it, folks. We fixed it. So let's go back over to that, and we are going to take your questions and comments over at Rokfin if you're watching there. And again, thank you guys so much for making the decision to at least make that free account so you can comment and share the information. I'm live, so yes, I'm live. So we have something interesting going on right now. We got hit up by Ryan Christian. Yep, live. What's up? What's up? So we'll see what he says. Let's see what he's got to say. Is the Constitution still in effect? Probably hasn't been in full effect since post-World War II, my friend. Burmis Brigade, been a while since I caught you live, JB. Well, I'm glad that you're catching me live, Mad Mom. Still pushing hijackers, Burmis? Yeah. Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah. If you're talking about hijackers on 9/11, what their role was, I mean, yes, they existed, actually. Those people did exist. Want to have me on a show? Just stole my work? Okay. What time? Oh, jeez. Literally my show, no permission, 150,000 views. Okay, what time now? Sure. Give me a second. Give me a second to get a link. Second to give you a link. All right, so we're going to do this one live. And again, what role they had, yeah, I mean, obviously Muhammad Atta existed and those people existed. Fourth article, freedom of press, yada, yada, yada. Let's get Ryan Christian on and have him talk. So you're watching it. This is how we do it, folks. So I'm going to grab that right over there. And new meeting, start an instant meeting. Boom. Do that. This is how hot we're coming in, folks. We're coming in hot. We're coming in hot. And there we go. Just gave him the link. Let's see what we got here. Peacefully assemble. Let's see. Great show with Alex Jones. Can't wait for him to become a regular. We'll see what happens there. Let's see. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging of freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people proceeding to assemble to the petition of the government for a redress of grievances. Hey, Madmon. Yo, appreciate you, Jason. You rock. Thank you. We all see the same rules and regulations being rolled out around the world. We know it's not a coincidence. Correct. We know where it's headed, but who are going to be who are the leaders of the countries getting their orders from? I know there's a lot of compartmentalization, but who is giving COVID orders? World Economic Forum? World Economic Forum's kind of the face of it, right? It's why the United Nations is there. That's why they've been able to institute these policies globally. But no, I don't think it's the World Economic Forum. I think that you have a consortium of upper echelon billionaires, trillionaires, generational families that have conspired with the intelligence communities, right? In the sense that now the intelligence communities really are big tech. that they're doing this. And they do that through their kind of like fascistic influence of installing their own government leaders, or if they can't install them, buying them out, right? And then let's see. All right, still waiting on Ryan. Installing them, and then also owning most of the media, putting their talking points out there. And at the very, very top, again, I think that you have kind of this consortium of different leaders throughout different nation states and otherwise. I mean, they're not really, for instance, you look at something like Saudi Arabia. They have an outward royal family and rule by bloodline. Now, they've disguised a lot of the European bloodlines and say, they don't really matter. But then you look at like someone like Prince Andrew, and he's not just sleeping with young girls. He's their arms dealer. Now, does that mean they're top of the food chain, top of the pyramid? Obviously not, because then you have other families like the Rockefellers, right? That are more of a business angle. They're not royals, but they, how do I say this? They're a lot of the movers and shakers within putting together NGO organizations, getting white papers done, moving the agenda, being an angle for plausible deniability when they do human experimentation, right? The Rockefeller Institute was notorious for many of the things that we saw via MK Ultra and others. So we got Ryan. Hopefully we won't have to do much of an audio check, but we'll do that in the very beginning, making sure his levels are okay. And then he, again, you're watching it. He's coming in hot. We don't know exactly. Oh, that's me. Hold on. We don't know exactly what we're going to be talking about here, other than what I just said on there. He says that his work has been taken by InfoWars. Here he is. Ryan, tell us what's going on, man.
First of all, man, you're a rock star, brother. Thanks for having me on just like instantly.
Sure.
I'm really, really frustrated about this. And I have to make a couple points about, first I'll just show you, can I just screen share and just show you?
Sure. I would just say this, we are on YouTube too, so you kind of know the rules on what we can and can't talk about on YouTube, and I figured this is more of a free speech issue. We're not going to get into any medical misinformation, but please, yeah, let's go ahead, screen share.
Okay. Avoid this for a second. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. First of all, Spiro actually just sent me this. This is the first thing I saw. Gateway Pundit shares this video, which is on banned video, which, by the way, at the end has MyPillow ads and all this different stuff, which is my content. You can see right here.
More than double last week's total figure.
My voice, my video.
Here is the.
It's a clip from my show. Mm-hmm. That's it, with their ads inserted onto it. No credit given. This video just says Bill Gates is evil on banned.video, which is also an InfoWars thing. No credit, no nothing, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what's frustrating is you would expect if they maybe credited this random channel, but no, the Gateway Pundit publishes this as credited by InfoWars.
Gotcha.
Yeah, InfoWars, which is really frustrating because this is my work. There's no credit. There's no mention of TLAV. These videos have 150,000 views. Now, I'm not upset about the content getting places. That's what we're here to do, right? It's important that people saw that incredible video that I caught live while I was on my show yesterday that showed the CDC altered the information in real time. They added 6,000 deaths. They pulled it away. It's a big story. But what frustrates me is that neither Gateway Pundit nor InfoWars nor banned.video care about the fact that this is not credited and not asked for permission.
Now, I got to ask, just quick. Now, is the Bill Gates is Evil channel, is that an independent channel? Is that part of InfoWars? And did InfoWars...
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that's if this was going to be done correctly by Gateway Pundit, it would have been credited to the video channel, but it wasn't. It is credited to InfoWars, which didn't. That's not. I'm going to make an assumption here, but I don't know why that would be assumed by Gateway Pundit, right?
Yeah, especially because banned.video really lets. I mean, I know that they have to approve your channel, but it's not just InfoWars staff that posts there. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that you see on BitChute that ends up going viral ends up on banned.video. I was unaware that they've now monetized it to the point where they're putting their own ads over other people's videos.
This is my point. So this is my content with this person's political MyPillow ad or whatever else at the end. Or there's Alex Jones right there on the video, right? Yep. So this is Alex Jones putting his content over my content and making money. Right. And here, just so we can clear right here, this is a clip that Star put up on my Instagram. You can see right there, 7/21/17, CDC real-time manipulation. Here's the actual article itself where in the title, you can see that it says CDC removes 6,000 Vader information. This is on the 21st. Mm-hmm. This video was published on the 22nd. I mean, this is just disgusting to me that we're in a world where, like, even in the comments, they're going, why would he care? It's about the truth. Because these people are profiting off of my work without credit. And we're supposed to be better than the mainstream media. These people are part of the problem. I'm talking about Gateway Pundit and all of this stuff. This is bad journalism. And it bothers me because we're trying to fight what they seem to be pretending to fight, but helping.
Well,
I know I'm frustrated, but it's a little much for me at a time when we're all trying to work together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and I would hope that especially Gateway Pundit, that I guess has more of a mainstream push, corrects this error, and really should reach out to you, Ryan, and have you on, as we've seen your work time and time again being ahead of not only the mainstream but the alternative media, sometimes by days and weeks. And well, it's true. And even today, I was tuning into InfoWars earlier, and they're going with that story, and then the person that broke it, that apparently there are more deaths through other systems outside of VAERS. And I know that Thomas Renz has now filed suit. And, that's something I believe I saw via a Spiro tweet. He's another person that is very much on the forefront, putting this information out at a rapid pace. And like you said, it would be nice if they could at least get the story correct. Look, you don't work for InfoWars. It's clear that's not an InfoWars piece. Just because it's on Band.video and it has Mike Lindell in it doesn't make it InfoWars. And then you have Gateway Pundit giving it some traction. That traction does deserve to come over to Last American Vagabond so people can see not only your work, but the work of Bros, Webb, Hudak, and others that you have to financially support. So, look, if my audience is upset...
Can I add one thing on that too?
Sure.
I'm okay with content and just so it's clear, by the way, my content is nowhere is it stated that it's Collective Commons. That was something from a long time ago, and the bottom line is I'm happy with people sharing the content and respreading it because the point is about getting the truth out there. But this is not the same thing, right? If they simply just reposted this somewhere and shared it, that's fine. People do that all the time with my content. I encourage it. But these are platforms that have a political agenda, right, that are clearly driving in a very one-sided way using my content. And whether or not the truth gets out is a good thing, or if it gets out is a good thing. But when they're making money from that, when they're angling it in a way that, this is the kind of thing about limited hangout discussions. And I'm not trying to say broadly that that's what they both are, but it's dishonest, it's bad journalism. And if we're trying to be better than the people we're trying to fight, then we need to be better than them and not just use the same old tactics. This is the kind of thing we see where they lie for their truth kind of thing going forward. It's just bad. And I've reached out, I've commented. I doubt I'm going to get a response because, look, even on Band, there's not even really a place where you can really reach out.
Yeah.
But I hope I do, and I hope it gets corrected. The good thing is the information got out. That's really what matters. But it is still frustrating to see people ostensibly trying to do the same thing. I argue going the other direction.
Yeah, and you got to look at it like, I had Alex on the program. He was a little sleepy. I'm not going to lie, and I was trying to keep it into global police state and transhumanism, but I could see him trailing off. But then, when I said just the line that, we don't always agree all the time, he lit up. All of a sudden, the energy was there, and we ended up having a 15-minute discussion about Trump. And, I hope to have a longer discussion, not only about Trump and policies, but that direction that you talk about, because, even when I said, well, I always said Bill Barr wasn't your friend and hero, and I got kind of like an eye roll, and it's like, well, come on, man, you can't tell me that InfoWars in particular promoted the idea that Bill Barr and his Department of Justice were going to put things right with Russiagate. We're going to put people behind bars. That is a narrative. And it wasn't until he literally not only threw you under the bus, but ran over you several times and then backed into your mom before you even, called him out on it and said he was a traitor. So those things, have to be discussed. Look, as I said, I didn't think that Joe Biden was going to be the nominee, let alone the president of the United States. Right. I thought that was cartoon world.
I think you and I even had a laugh about that on a show a while back. Like, come on, that's going to be pretty ridiculous if they put that guy out there. And it's like, what do you know?
And they went full board ridiculous. The guy cannot speak. I don't know if you saw that Daily Mail headline, but they're the only ones that and by the way, Daily Mail, some of their headlines are great. Some of them are terrible. I'm not endorsing their journalism, but sometimes they do such a better job than the mainstream. Show me where this was in America. Okay, the experts say we know that the virus is in fact at least they're putting it out there and then saying he's incorrect when he talks about the boop boop and how you can't get the uh-oh.
Right.
You know?
Right,
So
exactly.
that you will never see that in America. When I saw the clip myself, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I don't even know if he's got mashed potatoes left up there. It's that bad.
Yeah.
And so look, I got it wrong. I can admit that. I got it wrong. There's no way to say I got it right or I had inside info otherwise or they pulled the rug from under me. It's okay to get things wrong. But at the same time, you have to admit it. You have to be willing to work with others in the sense that if they do good work, I put it up there. You know,
That's one thing I like about your show as well. And that's kind of one of the things that kind of irks me more than anything is that I go like out of my way to show people like some Twitter account with 3 followers. You know, it doesn't matter. It's like, hey, this is where I saw this. You know, and this is kind of a problem with the way things are on these social media platforms, which I think is probably why we're getting to this point. Is that, you know, right now people are bad about sharing something that they want to be seen without the link because they want to be the focal point of the attention, right? So what you're really doing is using the truth to get yourself attention as opposed to spreading the truth as far as possible, which is our ostensible goal, right? If you're not sharing the source material, you're not trying to share the truth, right? And so it's the same thing. You know, it's to them, in my opinion, the way that went down, it's more about the gotcha bolt, you know, that otherwise you would have showed maybe the entire clip I did instead of just the little part you wanted to use. You know, there's more information in there, the full picture, you know, that's so important. And I just can't stress that enough.
No, I absolutely agree, and I think that we do have to be more open and honest. And I think another example, you know, I mentioned it before you even got on here, is that Sean Atwood had his YouTube channel taken away. Now, Sean hasn't really talked much about anything outside of not only the Epstein case, but I guess broader sexual abuse and political influence. And apparently they took him down for cyberbullying. And a couple years ago, Atwood's people reached out to me. I was all scheduled to go on the program, and then they realized that my videos were getting demonetized. Maybe I was a little too hot. Maybe I was a little too controversial, and I got uninvited. And, you know, that's not a knock against Sean, but it's kind of that same thing. We all hang together or we all hang separate, bro. And you didn't have to just, if you didn't want me on your YouTube channel because of that, you could have done that. You could still done the interview and put it out somewhere else. You know, I've kind of been good about that right now. Like, I'm very cognizant of the fact we're on YouTube, and there are certain things I can and can't say, but I'm trying to bring them over to a platform like Rockfin. The problem is that, again, Rockfin doesn't have the reach of billions of people.
Right.
You know, and it's just like you doing the same thing with Super U. It's great. You want people to come over to Super U, but we still have billions of people we're going to try to reach. And even if it's 5 or 10 new people a time on YouTube that are just new, well, they can reach other people, and that is that effect. And, you know, it does irk me when there's somebody who's not that aware of me and I contact them on social media and I say, hey, let's go on the show. And they're all about it. You know, they see my follower count or how many I have there and they're ready to go. And then someone will DM them or they'll see something I've said. And now I'm just too hot and dangerous.
Didn't you know he's a conspiracy theorist? You know, it's like that's all it takes for some people. I'm serious. You know, somebody else thinks that. Oh, I can't be that. You know, it's like.
It's maddening to me, and it's like, why wouldn't you want to have an open conversation and lead other people down that route? You know, when I was younger and we were talking about 9/11 and there was still hope in my little brain that maybe we could have an independent investigation and we could actually have, you know, a constitutional republic again and get these guys. I was a lot more, I guess, hesitant to do that to other people because I didn't want to get it to no planes and, you know, all these other, you know, space beams and Judy Wood. And, like, people still come at me with the Judy Wood stuff. And I go, listen, guys, I don't know how they took down the towers, but I do know that she promoted no planes. And she made a hate video with Nico Hopt in his underwear wearing a giant pumpkin about me a decade plus ago. So that was it. Like, that's where I drew the line. And if someone's, like you said, if someone's being genuine and they're not just trolling, all day I got an answer, I got a video, I got an explanation. But if you're trolling me with the same talking point again and again and again, well, I don't even really consider you part of the community. But at this point, like, you know, I used to be very upset at David Icke for a lot of the things that he said. Even with the COVID stuff, I think that he got that 5G stuff wrong. I think he's more than should be able to say that. Should be able to say that viruses don't exist and have those type of things on there. But I respect Ike for being unwavering over the past 2 decades for being anti-war. And I think that's the attitude I'm coming at it with more and more these days, is even if I have a large disagreement with that person or that position, as long as they're not outright attacking me personally or my positions personally and saying disinfo, controlled opposition, paid off, I'll have them on, and I think that we can have an open discussion. I know that Ryan Christian doesn't think like Jason Burmis all the time, and vice versa. So kind of speak to that, how it's okay to have differing opinions, but you do see the people that either block you completely for clout or will attack you for even more clout.
Yeah, that's one of the parts that we agree on the most here, is that, it's not just important, it's catastrophic. I mean, it's essential in any actual pursuit of truth, scientific or otherwise, to have open dialogue with somebody, to be able to have us or a couple of doctors or an interview with a doctor to be able to have a conversation and engage in ideas that you maybe disagree on, and maybe come to a conclusion on that and be like, oh, you know what, I see where you're coming from. Or, hey, we disagree, but at least we had this conversation. Maybe that'll help other people see their, that's what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to be a tenet of scientific research, of any kind of research. But today we just kind of have this weird, or not, post-COVID-19 clown world. We're in this position where everything is settled in the authorities side, except when it does change, well, science is evolving, except you can't say that, we can say that, and this is why it's so important for things like we're doing right here. Because you're right, a lot of people out there will just, it's because it's been decided that this is something that's now no longer in the Overton window. You cannot talk about whether or not this is something. And if you're someone who cares more about the perception, about your job, about your money than the truth, then you're going to go, maybe I'll just steer away from that. Or maybe you'll speak out and be like, those people are dumb and crazy. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you're choosing something over the truth. And if you're really a journalist, you're really a researcher, then you wouldn't do that. And I keep saying this a lot, but it seems more relevant than ever lately, is the Orwell quote that, journalism is publishing things people don't want seen. Everything else is public relations, right? So what Fox and CNN and MSNBC, 99% of what they're doing is public relations. We can see that because it's allowed to be talked about. Everybody wants it to be talked about, right? So it's the real journalism we need today.
Absolutely, man. And, I was looking at headlines today, and we're back to those PR talking points that we discussed just a few days ago. Pandemic of the unboop-booped. I'm seeing the GOP Alabama governor now just flipping out and blaming, people that refuse the shot and all these things. And that's why your work...
Fox has gone crazy lately, like way into it, like even more than CNN. Like everybody has to be vaxxed. It's getting intense.
It's getting intense all across the board. Joe Biden just announced again in his oatmeal mush, town hall with Don Lemon. Don Lemon's maybe the worst, by the way. Don Lemon literally attacks Rand Paul for doing what he did, which was just to put the light that gain of function was funded by Fauci and the U.S. government in Wuhan. Yeah, the truth.
Telling the truth, verifiably so, and that's great.
And then he stands up there while Mushy Brains literally goes on a 40-second maybe stroke moment. Who knows what happened there? And then acts like it's normal, and then acts like it's normal when Joe Biden tells you if he has his way nationally, children under 12 are going to wear masks when they go back to school. This is insanity. This is disgusting. This is disturbing. We've never had such an out-and-out slap in the face that somebody isn't in charge and can barely speak, and they did choose it at a cartoonish level. So before we wrap it up, and again, I would encourage people to go see the source information over at The Last American Vagabond, so you can check out. I'm sure it's probably a 2+ hour broadcast like you usually do. Very, very well sourced.
But we have the clips, though. That's the point, too. We have the clips on Instagram and elsewhere. So if you want to see that one clip, just to confirm that, they're on Instagram and TikTok and whatever else we have.
And I would encourage my audience, you guys that are still over there on Twitter, et cetera, to go and tag the Gateway Pundit, maybe with a segment of this video, and just say, hey, look, all he's asking for is the right kind of credit. And he'd rather you not monetize this content. Instead, link to it. And if you are going to put it up there, why not give The Last American Vagabond a band.video channel? I'm sure that you would upload from time to time, or maybe allow somebody else to do it in clips to try to push them over to another platform. And we should all be in this together, because we don't want InfoWars taken down. We don't want the Gateway Pundit taken down. We don't want
anybody taken down.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I would argue, though, that the band.video, if you're going to put ads on top of my content, I'm not going to use your platform, period. I'm not superior. I mean, seriously, like there's only a few of them that do it out there, and I mean, Brighteon is one of them. I don't want your inserted ad political commentary at the end of my video. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's
no.
not free speech, in my opinion.
Well, I'm not a big fan of it either, and I'm not a big fan that YouTube can now just monetize my content and run whatever ads they want, and I see none of that, and they've done that now for months. But that's why Rockfin's so badass. It goes after that. What is it? Why can't I say? I'm going to say prescription. What am I? Why can't I say what is it?
When it happens.
What? God damn it!
I don't know what you're going for. I'll help you.
I mean, when you buy something at a monthly rate, subscription. Wow. Let's see, that's it right there. I had my Biden moment on air, everybody. They go with the subscription-based model and then allow you to put out all that free content. And now they've made it so you don't even have to make an account to watch the videos, only if you want to comment. So they're coming in leaps and bounds. They're a small operation. We can only hope that more and more people start using it, doing the premium subscriptions to TLAV and other independent. Because if you do TLAV, you get me. You do me. Someone just did the year-long $99.99. You get all the TLAV's premium stuff as well. And Ryan, all I can say, man, is I think this sucks. I think that we do need to let people know about it. Number one, if the Gateway Pundit wants to be more legitimate, they should be posting your stuff on a daily or weekly basis anyway and giving you credit so people go there as well. You've done it with others, Gateway Pundit. It's beyond left or right. And, you know, I had Kara Castronova on yesterday. She's doing a big rally on Sunday, and she's so gotten it the last 6 to 12 months that, oh my God, this isn't about right or left. I'll do marches with MAGA and BLM if they are against mandatory vaccinations. This is the new civil rights movement. It doesn't matter the color of your skin or whether you're a man or a woman. They're coming after all of us, Ryan.
Indeed. Well said. I agree. And that's where we need to recognize this, is that we cannot deviate. We cannot divide, because that's the goal. Right? Everything that's happening, the two-party illusion itself, is meant to divide us at our core so we don't realize what's really happening and who's really responsible.
That's exactly right. LastAmericanVagabond.com. Let's do something next week, Ryan. Let's talk about not only this issue, but whatever madness hits the streets in the next 3 or 4 days. Sound good?
Sounds good, brother.
All right. There he is, Ryan Christian, everybody. Listen, I'm all about having him on whenever he wants to come on. And if you want to let the Gateway Pundit know and say, hey, give credit to Ryan Christian and TLAV, I would encourage you to do that. Let's get back to the questions and comments. And I do want to remind people that just kind of tuned in. We got 2 ways this weekend. If you're in New York, the Free Political Prisoners Rally with Citizens Against Political Persecution is going to be there. And none of these things cost money, by the way. We need you to show support. We need you to get out there. And then if you're in Iowa, the Worldwide Rally for Freedom in Des Moines, Iowa, tomorrow at 10 a.m. I turn 42 years young tomorrow. I'm an old man. Old man Burmis. All right, so let's see. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. Yeah. Oh, it is the one I wanted. I got to just... Hold on. I don't want to erase the wrong thing here. And then... Oh, there we go. Boom. Oh, there it is right there. All right, so we read that one. Let's see. We Are the Majority. They won't ever discuss natural... Yep, we already did that one. Simon Naylor. Oh, there's a big jump. There's a big old jump. Okay, so there we go. There it is, Simon. Keep up the excellent information and informational enlightenment. Let's see. Callan is so extra. Allegedly, he farts glitter. He's funny like that. Like, you know, he's always flexing on stage and stuff like that. Hey, Callan's funny, dude. I thought he said he didn't think he had a great set when I went and saw him. I thought his set was pretty good. I liked his fight with a Frenchman bit. That was probably my favorite bit of the whole night. In Russia, they have a biometric face pay system. My Fed has entered the chat. What does that mean? Anti-lockdown protests are always either completely ignored or severely undercounted. Correct. Just like any other anti-establishment protest. Agreed. You really shine at documentaries, Jason. I know you're busy. Maybe you can make that the first project of your new office. You're not wrong. I really want to. Karen Asalas, thank you so much for that tip. We do appreciate it. Let's keep going on. Let's see. I wonder how many people who protested the Vietnam War are all forgetting the boop boops. I know. We will do it live. Audio's good. Well, that's good. Just happened to find you live. Awesome, Jan. It's good to see you. Malware with Tig Old Biddies. Dancing Israeli. See, I don't understand. Like, this is what I'm talking about when people are trolling. Like, some people try to troll me on certain individuals, and you're never going to bully me into a debate after talking trash about me and just lying about me forever. And then, like, Tiger Wood, Dancing Israelis. Bro, I'll say it again. We started talking about Fabled Enemies. It's 13 years old. There's a 20-minute section on Israel in there. So anybody telling you that somehow I've covered up or I haven't done that work, I mean, it just delegitimizes any points you're trying to make at all. At all. And that's what's so frustrating. I try to handle all of these issues with a thing called reality, right? Research and resources to show you that research. And that's why my documentary films are powerful. Let's do it live. I don't believe a plane hit the Pentagon. Again, you know, people act like the second edition of Loose Change was the last edition of Loose Change, and that the final cut didn't exist that we released in 2007 prior to Fabled Enemies, where we go over all the possibilities of what may have happened and showed all the evidence and conclude nothing should have hit the Pentagon, and we surely have video of whatever did hit the Pentagon. But that's not enough. That's not enough for people. No, they want to attack. You know what else we might do today? Maybe we'll do bring back the Illuminati card set and do a couple videos on that. UK government wants to give 14-year sentence to journalists who expose their crooked ways. Spy laws. Crazy. Heyo, Ryan and Jason, double live Gonzo bonus. Yes, it was a double live Gonzo bonus indeed. Let's see. Huntington Beach, California has had protests against the lockdown since last year. A song for the protest. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. It's the civil rights era. Gil Bates and the Billionaire Super Friends. Bum, bum, bum. Keeping us informed daily. Thank you, Jason. And remember, guys, there's a lot of Rockfin stuff you're not going to find anywhere else. We got a tip from Castillo. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, brother. What up, Dale? Lady arrested and thrown in jail for not wearing a mask while shopping here in Australia. Disgusting. Disgusting indeed. Here's the question. What can be done to stop it? I'll say this. One of the big things that we need to do to stop this is that we need to get involved locally. And it is a global thing, but you got to go in the United States down to a county level. Down to a county level. That's why we had Shipley on yesterday. You know, they're going at a local level. They're trying to make these Trinity Health workers in Des Moines be forced to do this, and they're going to Des Moines and saying no. No, no, no. And they've got to wage lawfare, and it sucks. But I don't resist. Say no. Talk to other people. Try to be articulate and not angry. And believe me, I get angered a lot. It's tough. It's not the easiest thing to walk that walk. Flick off. How we doing, brother? Thumbs up, everyone. Hey, Doom. MF Doom, it's good to see you. I hope you and yours are doing excellent. I agree. There's Karen. How we doing? I'm sharing this link everywhere right now. Awesome. TJ, awesome to see you. I'm on Rockfin watching. Where's Gritch? Where is Gritch? I don't know if I've seen Gritch in a while. Hopefully everything's okay with Gritch. Yeah, good question. As excellent as one can be in this medical tyranny. Intellectual property rights in the internet age. Wish I knew TJ. Indeed. It's getting spicy. Yikes, I didn't see this, Ryan. Holy fizzuck. Okay, no boop boop. There's Christine. How we doing? Good to see you. 100% Ryan. Where I live, COVID is running through the nursery. Where everyone is, well, we probably can't say that. CDC reported double the numbers of deaths reported on VAERS last week to 12,000 with no explanation. Now they removed that. Yes, they did. That he was talking about that. Joke trying to deny years of Trump bootlicking. I liked Lotus Eaters today. They kind of made Biden seem like a vampire. I think the CDC added those 6K again after removing them. Did they? I'm off Twitter and Facebook. Can't blame you there. Becerra did renew the EUA, that's the emergency use authorization, on the 19th. That buys them time for full approval now. It's just like where there should be no emergencies, mandates anywhere on any of this. Period. Ryan has a twin on Whiskey Tribe. Does he now? Let's see. After Trumpers left Twitter, the world has gone far loony quickly. Maybe big tech IAs learn from Twitter. Hell yeah, Jan. I'm about to do the same. Sean is a perv. Watch Daddygate. I don't know anything about that. Sean Atwood isn't a real truth community guy. Lots of issues going on with him. Well, I don't think he should have been kicked off, regardless. I love T-Lav. Lefties are so loony they can't win a debate against. What? Again, like, why are you trolling with Flat Earth? Like, did this program strike you as one that was going to be talking about Flat Earth? No. Certificate of Vaccination Identification, COVID-19 84. Where's Addy Ads? Bravo, Ryan. Whitney Webb just did an interview on the Ripple Effect podcast. Just a heads up. Yep. You can watch that with Ricky Verandas. He does great work. Thanks for MF Doom, Mad Villain. 5G Death Grid is military tech. The global health mafia only have mind control 5G. Bravo, Jason. Thank you, Ryan and Jason. Scopolamine dreams, whatever that means. Like dopamine, increase a rage, inducing 5G. Love Ike, keep reporting. Besides, you would need... What? I don't understand. 5G to take a massive amount of energy. Everything is fine. Take another Soma. Don't know what that means. Newspaper headlines are getting like that movie Idiocracy. No kidding. It's 2021. It's a beautiful and brave new world. We have your 6 all the way. Thank you so much. Everything is so clickbait. Is it? 2 ways to make a difference this weekend, AMA. That's clickbaiting for you? I don't know why that's clickbait, or even the headline I read on the Daily Mail didn't seem clickbait. Thank you, Peter MacArthur. We appreciate that, Tipsky and Hutch. Let's see. Too many young women have fertility problems. Well, Jan, I've been talking about population collapse a lot this week. I appreciate you folks who have the time and diligence to do the research it takes to cut through the BS that mainstream media tries to feed us, and there's a lot of it. Alabama governor used to be a Democrat. Interesting. Aw, yeah. The longest, the better, by the way, T-Lav. The longer, the better. Oh, he's talking about those 2+ hour streams. Hey, we're about to wrap this one up. I can tell you that right now. And I think that what we'll do is, to do that, we're going to go down some of these... whatchamacallits. Bam. Hey, from Oneonta, New York. What up, Oneonta, New York? A big shout out to Tom Dedamore. He's another real big supporter of the show. He was just up by Oneonta, New York with his son doing some baseball over at Cooperstown All-Star Village. We're friends on Facebook. I got to see not only a picture of him and his kid his kid with Frank Thomas, but his son looks really talented, man, and it looks like you guys had a great time despite all the rain up there. It sucks that it was rainy. It's really a beautiful area, and it makes me miss my upstate New York home for sure. Who is actually running the USA right now? Cheney? No. No, it's not. Let's see. Want to screen good conspiracy theory movies, documentaries? Which would you recommend in addition to yours? Thank you. Freedom to Fascism by Aaron Russo back in the day. The Corporation is a great one. I think that Thrive had a lot of good things, although I'm not big on the alien stuff. I think that the Zeitgeist series is good, although I disagree with Peter Joseph on a lot of different things. I think Cartel Land is a very important documentary if you've never seen that. Those are just some of the different films that I would encourage you. Man, even Alex Jones's old school American Dictators, I think from 2004 with Bush and Kerry, holds up rather well. I really do. And I think that it's definitely worth watching. Shoot All Bankers. Whoa! See, this is why, I need to be able to block that person, right? Right? I mean, obviously I'm going to delete that comment, but I want to be able to mod and delete that person. So Jaime, if you're watching this, that's the type of person that I need to be able to block. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame you for being upset, Ryan. That's not right. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched. Wow. Wow, little Fourth Amendment. I mean, like this person, I need to be able to get rid of that person. Period. Hail Lizard Satan. And by the way, we're not advocating anybody get shot for anything. I just want to make that clear. Obviously, I was reading off the thing. That is not a solution. Let's see. I like Ryan, but I do disagree with him on some things. NASA. Hey, bro, followed your lead and left New York. We're in Tennessee now. Tennessee, I've heard good things, Matt. Matt, I hope that you're enjoying it out there. I hope that you've navigated this. And, Trey Gowdy attacked Rand also. I don't know if I want to click on that because it might take me off the thing. I'll copy the link address, though. And we'll save it for later. We'll save some of that Trey Gowdy for later. Is that true that he did that, yesterday? Or in the last 2 days? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's him with the criminal referral. Interesting. We'll have to play that maybe a little later. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share, everybody, by the way. I need that luciferase. No, thank you. Give me some of that devil juice. Matt, how do you like it over there? Yeah, Oneon is tough. Listen, Oneon is tough. It's really nice, but there's not a lot of opportunity there financially, Good for you, Matt. Okay. Hail Constantine and his made-up religion. Let's see. Nope. Planes seem to not matter. Really? I mean, no. No, Chicken Little Syndrome. I'm sorry. Planes hit the buildings. Period. And to say that they didn't, and it was West Cam, and they fought, they finagled some kind of live TV insert and ghost plane. No. Guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. We're just shy of an hour. I do want to remind everybody again, Iowa area, tomorrow, 10 a.m., Worldwide Rally for Freedom. There's those all around the country. Sunday, New Yorkers need to make it out to Foley Square in Manhattan, Cara Castronova, and so many other great speakers on a host of issues, including freeing those political prisoners that are being unjustly held because of January 6th. Guys, thank you so much. I absolutely love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you on the flip side. Remember to make that free Rockfin account and see all the stuff you missed in the last 48 hours. And really, 2+ weeks ago when I was totally and completely banned from YouTube again.